guys, welcome back. We're here to do the update for the twin flame path. It's going to get hectic, I'm telling you. So if you do need a booking, I have got sales up both for weekends and weekdays. They are on the website and I'll leave them up. I think they're up till about the 15th. And that's for those of you that need a twin flame booking or, Skype or telephone. I've opened them for you guys to use very separately. The twin flame updates are going to be open on the main page. And yes, as I mentioned, we are turning it to subscribers for the commenting. I do have the twin flame videos that are opening. The comment section will be open to the public. I've been trialing a few new things to see how they go. And I have been tweaking the other channels also that I'm working on because I'm compartmentalizing. I have pulled the rune card, so I just had to find the book. How are we all doing? I'll just open the chat and we're going to pull the cards live so I'm not lying, that will get the energy. One of the psychic downloads I had, and it could be because of the Venus point, and I do have the astrology chart open on the other side for our ascension. For those of you that don't know, yes, I do cover your ascension. There is this anger at the moment with the feminines, and it kind of does make sense. We're embodying a little bit of the divine masculine, which I don't think that necessarily has to be a negative thing. It can be, okay, is this right for me? Is this not? And actually, speaking up, sticking up for yourself. We see it in the collective energy where it comes to equal rights. And I did really predict that 2023 will be a lot to do with that. And so we're getting a little bit of the PDF of 2023 already, especially because the nodes will shift into the House of Aries. So, at the moment we have the North Node in Taurus, the next eclipse coming on the 8th is in Taurus. I have covered it on this page. So if you want to go and see the placements and how it's directly going to be affecting you. Number one, I can say, I was feeling like I keep hearing the rise of the divine feminine, but it's not quite what we think. It's not this egoic punch. It's this this kind of flame that's happening inside the divine feminine, which again, in the yin and yang, it's the energy source, it's the emotion. And it's where we need to be authentic to ourselves. Sometimes I use the analogy of, when we were children, I do believe there's a little bit going on to do with the solar plexus, and it's confidence. It's almost thinking, okay, well, if I do this, are you going to do that? And, playing chess metaphorically. And I think, those of us that are a little bit more ascended are going to be feeling this pressure point even. And it is to do with you feeling able to communicate what you want without a cause and effect. Cause and effect is always there, but very much, okay, what are my internal needs? How directly am I feeling? Where am I moving in the mix? And so if you're needing to articulate things and somebody's pressuring you and they're maybe not respecting your boundaries, with Mars in the House of Aries, it's going to come through where you're going to be quite blunt. And there's beautiful ways we can do it. What's her name? My name is No, my number's No. I was hearing the Carrie Underwood song, Good Girls. And I was going, okay. And, predictive energy, a lot of energy coming through with the divine feminine this morning. So it could be that divine feminines have been getting psychic attacks, nightmares, ascension symptoms, and nervous energy. We are heading towards the eclipse. And inside the divine masculine, I also feel they have been feeling that push-pull dynamic. And I really do feel we're breaking lineage patterns at the moment, especially with Uranus and Taurus, because it does relate to old ways and new ways. And, twin flame path, the first wavers were there to break the paradigm of traditional connections. So it's not always fun, and we can be perplexed at times. We can be critiquing ourselves and saying, am I being unfair? Am I being politically correct? Those things. So if that does come up with you, it's quite normal. And it is about not necessarily losing our compass of who we are, where we came from, but also understanding we can think open-minded and not necessarily do we need to actually problem solve for them, nor get stuck just because something is stagnant. Don't fear that it's going to stay stagnant. Move in your truth and, trust the process. Universe generally does it best. Divine Masculine's cards are interesting. And I feel it's more a viewpoint, you know, that they're going through at the moment. And I feel this is going to come up quite synchronistically in the reading today, between your view versus theirs, trying to get on the same page. My twin flame is a rip-roaring fire. Life is hard. Life is very hard. Very hard. Sometimes we have to try and be amused at the difficult circumstances we go through for sanity's sakes. You know, looking at comedy. So how many of you have been jumping down? Oh, God, crowning energy is nothing to be, you know, laughed at. We're coming through the gate in the joint connection with the Five of Swords. I think some of you are thinking, why the heck are we still on this page? You know, why are we still on this friggin' chapter? Why is this chapter so... Are we still fighting to get out of this chapter? Is there something that I've missed? You know, I always use that metaphor. It's almost like you're looking under your armpits and you're thinking, did I miss something in my ascension path? Was there something that I should have done? Not necessarily, you know. That Virgoian energy sometimes gets us down the rabbit hole, you know, with the inner critique, which is it's quite positive in many ways. So let's have a look. I'm telling you, I need more room in this room. This obviously is going to be a big reading because the cards are really spread out, and I pulled a hell of a lot more cards than I usually do. Okay, so currently we have the moon in Pisces. So yeah, Neptune, delusions, disillusionment. Both parties here. It's a little bit like, you know, you're going to boot camp, right? And you're learning all these things. You're like, right, I've got it. And you're looking at the other people in the group, which in this case, we potentially could look at it as the divine masculine. And we're going, haven't you got it yet? Haven't you got it yet? I had a beautiful question from a fellow subscriber who does book readings with me. And the question was, how do you know you're close to union? And you know, I look back to the 25 years on the path, and the one thing I remember thinking back, and this is way before I knew I was a twin. So it had been 20 odd years before I knew I was a twin. Thought I was a, you know, psychic medium, so I didn't really clock on that there was anything different. And it was a girlfriend that showed me a video. And I can't find the channel now, but it was a great channel. And I just went, oh, crap, what am I in for here? Which I always knew there was a synchronistic energy with this connection. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I did have past life dreams and memory systems. And so I did know when I met him, we were supposed to meet. So that part I knew for sure. The other thing I can say is looking over those patterns, hi, Dale, each time we had the in and out, there was a disillusionment cycle. There was this almost, you know, you go through the Virgonian energies of looking at it, quality testing it. Was there something I did? Was there something I said? Why hasn't it had the full potential, you know, given? So there's many stages you go through, and they are blockages in the chakra, which is the information content I'll be doing in 2023 here on this page. How it looks can be total detachment, where you totally know you're going to be with them. You don't exactly know when. You know, it's a given. I call it the pina colada stage. You're sort of going and saying, okay, well, I deem this as a holiday. Obviously, I'm supposed to detach, learn, heal. If my life is bliss, well, gee, I wish yours was too, and letting by example. And I really feel that when I went through that kind of breakdown, I think it was around 2017, 18. That was what I was looking for. I was like, okay, what pattern did I have? What was going on around that time? And it wasn't necessarily that I looked at it that I have to be with that person at that point in my journey, because I was a lot further in the journey. But definitely the psychic attacks started coming through, dark night of the soul. We kind of go through these stages where we feel we've finished it. You know, it's done. No, it comes back again. It's like a raging bull coming through the flames. Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is in Pisces, so it's like we're looking so bloody realistically at the moment, because Neptune and Jupiter's dipped back into Pisces. It's like, okay, I need to look at my dreams. Juno also was in Pisces and it was retrograde this year. So synchronistically, Juno is divine feminine, right? Hi, Sally. We today, no wonder it was coming through, it was divine feminine. Generally, Juno is like a Venus energy. It's gone retrograde. We've had these stories building through that retrograde. And as we move forward, the light bulb is on. Okay, we want the dream. We know what would need to happen. But again, it can be to do with the religious guru. You know, you could be getting to a stage. You'd be forgiven if you went, am I a twin? Was I just codependent? Because you're bouncing between two physical realities. And I always call it the Dana Scully and Mulder effect. It's like, you know, it's kind of a cliche because we get the psychic attacks, the signs and synchronicities, and then we go back into the monkey mind as human beings and go, it's not real. So the harmonization of what's required is to know that, yes, in fact, your psychic attacks were real. Yes, in fact, the signs and synchronicities. But part of that journey is you are becoming a psychic medium. You are asking outside of yourself. And it's when you truly embody, I know I'm going to see them. I know it's going to be. And you have relaxed that chakra system and you detach and you know universe has your back, that it actually comes towards you, but you have no attachment to it. But at the moment, the ruin cast we have, let's have a look. So again, come through, grab some coaching if you need it. Twin flame channeled energy. I can see where the blockages are and trust your path. That's another thing I'd say. It's a shitty time. Psychic attacks. Look, it's black nor water. Uncertainty. Don't we love uncertainty? But everything in life is uncertain. But we play chess too much. Okay. Oh God, and it's Chessman. I actually just read Chessman. Okay, mystery or secret. The ruin of mystery. Let's have a look at the esoteric meaning. Mystery, chance, and unpredictable events. The 8th, wherever you are in the world, more than likely, you're in the evening of the 3rd. We're moving into the 4th. This is for the weekly energy. So we'll be back again on Friday to check in with it. So by that point, we would have gone through the eclipse. This is making reference to the eclipse. Uranus and Taurus is like Forrest Gump and a box of chocolates. It's like, you think you know where you're going? Well, we're just going to give you a 360 and they pull the carpet out from under you. So yes, collectively, we are feeling this sense of uncertainty. We're trying to use our time effectively. We're frustrated at the time we've put into certain things. The moon in Pisces, you need to keep your fluid up. You need to avoid pacifiers today. Psychic attacks are possible. So use tourmaline or onyx to protect yourself. Do a gin removal, which came through in the coaching session and the members that we did on Wednesday. And we are now covering the first week of each month, being the divine feminine by element. Mid-month is going to be coaching, energy reports, and then the end of the month is going to be divine masculine by element. Okay, so if you want to join us, come through. Mystery, chance, and unpredictable events. Intimate encounters, which is the scorpionic energy. It's the wounds that we have to do with, pardon me, not it can be like sexual wounds or third-party energy, betrayals, cheating, hidden secrets, wounds that we need to let go of, ways of being that we need to kind of let go of. We did have the previous eclipse, which was Scorpio. That energy is still playing out now. Unfolding, fate, karma, feminine mystery. Irritational events, incubus. Reversed, irritational fear, vulnerability, ill fortune, faults and mistakes exposed. Okay, so what can that mean for us? We're coming through in the joint connection with the five of wands. Going brain dead here. 5 of wands. Now the ruin isn't in reverse, but we are looking at the past. So yes, technically it's looking to the past. We are in this joint connection, maybe looking at the circumstance of, did we go in where angels fear to tread? Is there a different way we can address this? Are we safe? Can we trust this person? Can they trust us? Are we getting emotional. And so because we're actually not using that art of communication effectively, which is a real, I could say the B word, you know, it's a female dog, but I won't. I'm going to be polite. It's a real bleep of a transformation. It's very difficult to actually turn that communication style around. The one way I can actually explain it is speaking from your point of view when you're speaking, trying to get the person from text message onto the telephone, seeing that person in the 3D, creating those healthy boundaries, and actually making it a safe space that no matter what they're telling you, that you're going to be okay with it. That's that, you know, because we need, many times we say we want to hear the truth, but we don't like to hear the truth. Do you get what I'm saying? But the truth actually theoretically can set you free because you know where you stand, and then you directly can make some, you know, decisions. But there is this conflict that is going on. So I do feel both parties at the moment are meditating upon this. What are we fighting for? Are we just misunderstanding each other? Is it futile? We're going to end up together. So this is a very grounded energy that we're looking at. I don't necessarily feel we're grounded. We're trying to really make this logical. What is the foundation of the situation? And I feel both parties in the mix maybe have something that is moving. It's like pieces of the puzzle are shifting, and both parties have as much to lose. It could be for divine masculine that it's a divorce or monetary or, you know, alimony payments and things like that. And for divine feminine, it's, well, you know, each time I build my life up and I let you in, my life falls down. And we're trying to harmonize that. It's like, how can we keep our access kind of grounded? And I always say it's to do with purpose. As long as you have purpose, you're going to find whenever you move your attention over to them too much, you're going to be able to shift it back and it's going to harmonize the connection. Okay, so there's some conflict going on at the moment. I feel both parties are looking at it, both parties. Yeah, it's like this constant battle. So both parties do feel it's futile. In the heart of it, you want to bring this gentleness into it. You want to bring this trustworthiness. I'm saying the King of Cups in this instance, in the heart of the situation, as, you know, having someone that you directly can trust. The crazy thing is when you do look at it, and from my perspective of a twin flame path, if you had gone through all the gnarly bits in the journey, theoretically, you should have nothing to be scared of because you've kind of ticked those horrid boxes and you're like, well, if it happened again, I know what I'd do. But you're trying to bring this, you know, so I do feel for some of you, you could be feeling, especially with the moon in Pisces, it could be a loved one that's on the other side and you're asking them for guidance. It could be your guides. But I feel, you know, deep down this person is actually really, really kind, okay? It's the front that we have. It's the circumstances. It's third-party energies in conflict. Some of you can be thinking they're being too nice to too many individuals and it's not serving them, right? But there could be other male energies that are giving you advice for some of you. You need to decipher between what is correct for you, okay? Just because another person has a paradigm, it doesn't mean to say it's your paradigm. It's always positive to hear other people's perspectives, but ultimately we will always go away and say, well, does that sit with me or doesn't it? We never will do what we don't want to do. There is a connection here. Some of you could have a feeling that, look, do I move forward? I feel divine masculine has been thinking that maybe you will move forward. Hi, Ben. I also feel that this connection, you know, this is a very spiritual connection. They're both very, very aware of this. And this is something that's really perplexing them at the moment. They also know that by doing such, they want to protect you. They want to protect others. They're actually placing everyone else above themselves. But what they directly are feeling, this nagging urgency of, is filling their cup. And it's more to do with, well, okay, if I'm making sure everything's happy, it's almost like a hyperbaric chamber. Get all your ducks in a row, put everything, you know, together, map that kind of plan. Not all plans go according to plan, and they know this for certain. This BS in their head is peeving them off, okay? Because they do feel that a lot of what they wanted to achieve should have been here by now. And so it is frustrating them. They can potentially be getting angry at other people around them due to the fact that they had a plan in mind and it hasn't gone according to plan. They also feel it's inevitable that they're going to be with you. And so they kind of feel it's futile to fight this circumstance. And so, you know, in that, oh, you could say hermit mode, but I don't feel they're in hermit mode. I feel they're coming out. I feel the reflection, though, the hermit mode is more the psyche, the emotional response to circumstances. These pacifiers that come in during these transits and through the awakening and your ascension process, it directly will show you where you're avoiding. And part of your awakening, it does tend to be that those pacifiers no longer work. They do the polar opposite, because once universe believes that you have to review an area, your smudge sticks, your crystals, all of that won't work. Okay. And I know some of you probably have started noticing that. And the reason is because you need to become the crystal so you can learn to flush that energy, see the truth of whatever a perspective is that you're viewing. And so those preventative measures of avoidance are taken from you so that, you know, the veil becomes thin, but you can see something and you get the download. This is a very, very, you know, this Two of Cups is a very dominant energy that's coming through in the reading. And it's almost like they're asking you to continue stirring in it. And I do feel they're thinking of you in a sense of a partnership. Yeah, they do know. Like I said, they do know. You both know that this is futile. There could be, for some of you could be privy to the information that is conflicting them. This could be a third party. It might be a circumstance they're dealing with. Uranus and Taurus. It could be a relative, younger or older, somebody that's unwell. There is a circumstance. It could be financial as well, especially with the North Node in Taurus. So whatever these things are that they're directly dealing with, it's getting on Divine Feminine's nerves. Divine Masculine is aware of this. Divine Feminines can be coming through. I'm telling you, it's like we've swapped roles. But don't underestimate that the Divine Masculine is not the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine is, but they're looking at it almost like a Libra. What's fair, what's just. But we can't always create, like I said, that perfect harmony. There can be values this week that are really spewing out, and that can be coming through your friends, your family, your twin flame path. It's almost, oh God, I'm hearing the revenge body. I'm hearing for some of you, you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, look, what's the problem, you know? But it can just be simply you're raising the benchmark. But try, again, not to go to extremes. It's perfectly normal to get to a place. And I'm seeing the Queen of Cups in reverse. You know, this could be a greedy energy, but my guides are showing me at the moment it's to do with self-esteem. It's to do with you raising the benchmark. And I feel both of you actually accepting inside yourselves you have personal needs. Again, the psychic attacks can start coming to extremes. You're trying to be showing something. Some of you might be, if you're tuning into your twin too much, you could be directly channeling your twin flame's energy. And this will actually come through later where you will feel like you have to go into hermit mode. Some of you, I do believe you already went through this, and that probably would have been around 2018, 19. But again, it can be coming up for some of you depending on if that energy has been shifted and it's alchemized inside you. So what can that look like? Psychic attacks coming from every energy, almost like your skin is crawling if you're standing around a person who is lower frequency. Looking at a video and getting quivers, you know, so just vibrations, highly susceptible to vibrations. Remember, you are the crystal. You can take it on board. It's a bit like a waiting room, especially when you're channeling frequencies. But when you're tired, your aura becomes depleted, right? With your aura becoming depleted, you're actually more susceptible to psychic attacks, psychic energy, channeling 4D, 3D, 5D. So if you are having that experience at the moment, it is the monkey mind involvement, but it's you need to rest, you need to drink fluid to flush, do a gin removal, and be aware of who you were thinking about prior to that energy coming in. And if you can dip back into harmony within 10 minutes of you breathing in, breathing out, and getting into this one moment, you're pretty good because you're getting closer to union than you think, and you're ready for it. And it's all this heavy energy is there to prepare you so that you're in so much bloody detachment when you go into reunion that those old triggers aren't going to define you, and you're going to have better tools to manage it when you're in it. You're not going to drop off compass just because of maybe opinions or feelings, because they're hitting your chakras and it's teaching you to resolve those inside yourself so you're not defined by what other people say, feel, do, act, believe. Okay? The burden of being a twin. It's a blessing in the end, because you become like Spock. You'll look at people and go, that's really interesting. You have that perspective, but you'll definitely look at it. Right? So, psychically divine masculine is having psychic attacks. They are thinking about you quite a bit. They are over, thinking things. They could be drinking. They could be using pacifiers, but they're not going to work. Okay? They're not going to work. It's going to be more difficult. So, within the masculine attributes of their life and their inner power, trying to keep everything perfect is going to be impossible. For divine feminine, you directly in the energy source, you need to protect yourself through your ascension, okay? Every time I catch you live, I get interrupted by my gorgeous grandson. Hi, sweet pea. Yeah, there's a lot of protection. It's like you can protect yourself. You don't need to run. I would say both, it's almost like divine feminine's coming through in this connection, that either they're hiding something or you're being protective. And there is this push-pull dynamic. Remember, just say to yourself, do I need to know everything they're doing? You can shift the energy. You can get to a point, you just look at it and you go, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't really care. I know what my worth is. And if you want to hang out with me, that's fine. If you don't, well, there's the door. Yeah, because you're kind of like, why is this person so introverted? I did say during Mars retrograde, go and have a look at the Mars video, okay? Because it does explain how men and women are going to relate to this transit. And this is going to help you navigate it when it does come to how to communicate with this individual and how to not personalize it. Masculines can be initially reflecting back, quite internalizing things. It's not that they're going to be hiding, but they may not express it so openly. They may be more selective of what they say. And at an intuitive level, that is, at this point in time, it is ascended, okay? It's a little bit like sharing your secrets. Mars is in Gemini. People can pinch your secrets. People can use them against you. So, think wisely with how you're dealing with individuals at the moment. Divine Masculine's doing it wisely. They're sitting with that Little Miss Muppet Sun on the top. They're sitting with it. They're going to react. They are going through a dark period in their life. This can be shadow work, reflection. Who am I going to be? What do I need to be in society? Also feeling quite frustrated at the fact that they have to hide who they are. That's the harmonization of the inner feminine. And so with you, they want to be open with their emotions, but they also don't want you to think that they've dropped the ball, because they actually haven't. Let's pull a clarifier on this. Okay, for those that are in a karmic relationship, I knew the bloody karmic was going to come through here. Not that the karmic as per se is coming through, but many of you are feeling, if this person is looking at the devil in the detail and, paying more to others than you, there is almost this third-party energy and juggling, and it's like you are well over that. Now, how could that look? Does it have to be a relationship? No, it could be work. It could be meditating upon things but not sharing them to you. Speaking out loud and then nothing's moving. But there is this feeling of resent. And I feel divine masculine's also frustrated. It's like, okay, how do I balance all these balls in the air? And divine feminine's looking like you should have been able to do that. This transit sucks. So masculine's like, huh? I'm telling you, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Be very direct with your approach. Do I have to be sarcastic? Men are caring individuals. But keep it simple, right? Keep it simple in your communication. If there's a whole lot of white noise coming through, and I do feel this is coming through on the karmic's path, right? Yeah, sure enough, they're going to get sick of it. They're going to be like, look, I'm doing you a favor. I'm sticking around. This transit's not asking us to do people no favors. It is there to be honest and earnest with yourself with integrity. But I do feel the divine masculine particularly could be looking at this going, well, I have been fair and understanding, but it's for the bigger picture. It's so that all is not at a loss and all parties involved can be equally receiving fair dues. But I ultimately feel at the moment they're moving forward. Their goal is you. Their feelings are you, but they're having a revelation of being fair to other people doesn't necessarily fix what decisions they have to make. If there are too many words, my eyes gaze over. Yeah. So it's like, it's more the realistic things. We're going to have an overload of information, overload of energy. If too many things are coming at us, it's almost like you're going to have to say stop. You're going to get a bit of PTSD and go and have a panic attack. So you've got to really filter where you're pouring that energy because it's too much. Now, with the divine masculine in a communication sense, how many of you are in communication? Because what I'm saying here is you guys might be gospelly peeved off the fact that you think you've spelled it out. Sometimes we need to revisit those things. And if it means repeat your statement. You know, if the person's coming towards you and they're saying, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. Well, I'm moving forward. This is how I see my life looking. And don't make out that it's going to be, but you know where I am so you can call me, because that's then saying you're not moving forward. Okay, so be very cautious of how you're communicating. You also need to completely embody being comfortable with what plans you're making without feeling you don't have a right to have those things, okay? This is going to encourage the divine masculine also inside their life to feel comfortable. You're not judging, you're not pushing, you're not arguing. That's who you are. That's what path you're going. Fine. Hear what they're saying. If they're repeating the same pattern, I understand and I empathize. A whole lot of white noise in a communication style relating to men simply won't work. And it doesn't have to be that your masculine is a male. It's how we understand terminology. If it's, I feel this, I feel that. Number one, what they want to know is, what do you want me to do with that? Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben. Because after, it's a little bit like a text message. If you're smashing a person's inbox and it looks like my feed in 2 seconds, they would have read the first line at the top and shut down, because that's like, this person's pissed. I'm not owning that vibration. You think they're not empaths. They're bloody empaths. They're like, wow, man, I'm not doing that. And they're going to close the phone down. They will go back and look at it. And boy, if you've said something off, they're going to fester, because maybe that's not what they meant towards you. And so what's it causing? It's causing this shit. Divine masculines do want to communicate with you. Are divine masculines aware that you have a welcome mat to bring a whole lot of catfish out the bag? 100%. 100%. So they're mentally preparing themselves because they know it's going to be a shit show. Do they feel you have a right to feel that way? 110%. But there's also 3D, you know, of, look, they do love you. They want you. They're moving towards you. They know where they stand with you, okay? They also know that if you heard anything more, it'll put the nail in the coffin. They're aware of this week, okay? They are aware of this week. Oh, look, I don't think you need to do anything, Dales, honestly. We'll get into yours in a minute. But what I'm saying here is this week it could be a bit messy. All right. Could the divine masculine find out that the karmic third party has betrayed them? Yes. Could gossip get out? I'm actually feeling a probing, which is like a karmic actually projecting, requesting, asking 101 questions when they know divine masculine has, they're not in it. Okay. That's one energy I'm getting. The other is a decision and a line drawn in the path. But there's some conflicts. This can be coming through with family. This can be coming through in a romantic partnership on divine masculine side. I think at a foundation level, both parties here in the mix have been hurt. The reference my guides are making is both of you guys in your life have been hurt. Both of you also have hurt each other. Now, I remember going back to my path and saying to myself, did I hurt him? I've even asked him. And, some of these things I may never know. It could have been in the actions I took, the words I used, the way I reacted, maybe the way I made that person feel. This could have been with soulmate energies too. We know not what we do. But with great wisdom comes great responsibility, right? So spiritually, there's this notion at the moment that both parties here in the mix, divine masculine knows deep down, you're looking at it going, if I don't get my crap together, there's been so much water under the bridge. Is this situation even going to be successful? And don't worry, dolls. They worry about this as much as you worry about it. But the thing is, love always wins the day, because even if you do get into that fair-based frequency, your ultimate truth comes to you through heart space. And this eclipse is in the energy of Taurus, which is higher heart chakra. It's heart chakra. Protecting your heart, but you can't have love if you don't open your heart. And that's the thing. So what we're having to detoxify is the wounds of the past, the hurts of the past, so we can open up and not get to the point that we're not understanding, yes, there can be new beginnings and there can be benefits and all of that crap already happening. I mean, I definitely see it in my twin flame path, is that we can sit back and actually talk about it and even poke fun at some of the situations that we're going through that was deeply painful. Deeply traumatizing, so to speak, stalkers. I had threats against my life, judgment, shame, all of those things that came up. We now can look at it and go, wow, we learned a great deal from that. And we don't get angry at each other over those things. Not anymore, because we know we damn straight are very happy in our own bodies. Do you get what I'm saying? So what do we see here? Divine feminine, you do have the ability to win over this. Okay. There is a very strong connection here, but you need to think logically when dealing with it. It doesn't mean let your head rule your heart or let your heart rule your head. It means keep both balanced. Think back to a time where you had a difficult circumstance, okay? But there is a very strong, this strength energy coming through today for you guys. Could be that you are getting to the point that you're feeling, I need to have courage, I need to put my foot down. It doesn't have to look angry, because we can say a lot of this. Unless that person's psychologically and spiritually ready, it's a whole lot of this. Do you get what I'm saying? So gauge. I'm really seeing gauge where that person is at this point in time. Some of you are having a physical shift. Some of you are also coming to terms with a lot of things of the past. This is your family, your children, where you came, how many years it's been. Things of the past. This is a brand new chapter you're moving into, and some of you can be really fearing it. Some of you can be getting to a point, divine feminines, that you're thinking, okay, well, that dream died. Look at it more from the point of view of that old yucky cycle died. That's a better way to look at it, and be grateful for that. Go, well, I've learned that now. Cross. Don't need to learn that again. There is going to be something that is going to bring you dreams. There is going to be some inkling that of positivity coming, but you're going to be protected. But what you have to understand is we can only be Rapunzel for so long, where we return to the world with faith with ourselves. And I feel with a lot of this healing we're going through at the moment, you're finding a balance of how you can be you without having to be something for another person. But you're also realizing that inevitably separation doesn't last forever. This has been, I would say, from 2012. Then we landed into 2020, and it was really interesting frequencies. We're sort of going into a new chapter next year, but at this point in time, you do know inevitably you need to move forward. And the moving forward, you're fearing, well, it's not going to be with this. Can this be healed? Do you have your own personal commitments? Is that person in a connection? I also see that a lot of your friendship groups are changing too. Okay, this can be you looking at life and going, it's a little bit like you're going psychologically. You get to the broke stage in life of giving, and you're like, right, my cup's pretty empty. Where do I need to get my ducks in a row right now? And I don't necessarily feel it's that you haven't got your life together. I feel you're making an action plan of some description. And whatever that action plan is, it's to be connected to, it's like tribe energy, it's support, it's connections around you, it's building those vibrations up. But I also feel it's an action plan for your future. This could be saying, well, do I need a house? Do I need a new job? Do I need, a retirement plan, whatever that be? And I think it's been really hard for people, especially the divine feminines, particularly, to do that and to try and look at it during the North Node in Taurus, because it had so many squares over the last few years. So there's almost this ascended view psychically you're having, looking at this connection. Some of you may have wanted children with this person at a point in your life. Now you're kind of raising above it and you're saying, hey, is that the person I am today? There could be something going on with your family as well, I feel, spiritually. But there is this viewpoint. It's like, are they having a happy life over there? Maybe they're never going to move. Is that the way it's going to be? Now, divine masculine, spiritual energy did make sense. We have the moon in Pisces, right? Okay, their guides are, it's almost like when we ask our guides to come in, they give us all these memory systems. So we get all these frequencies coming through, these interesting energies. And I feel it's the memory system. It's the nostalgia of the past. They feel the same about you, okay? They feel you've been in their life for a long time. They know that you psychically, intuitively know how they're going. They're feeling your energy, but they're also having these deep reflections of the past. What did I want to be? Who was I being for other people? How do I feel about that? There could be for some of them a person that is unwell. There could be a person that is passing over, but there's prayer for the hair. But their guides are actually supporting them. And I'm hearing the Song of the Wild. Yeah, I pictured last week that they were wanting to go into the wild, and it was connecting with Mother Nature, being away from white noise, doing this hermit energy. I feel even if they are around individuals, they're still reflecting upon their future, and they know that this is coming. Do they feel? For some of them, they do have a bit of a stalker around them. I would say that. There could be a stalker energy. They do feel quite vulnerable at the moment. They're like, okay, now when I say vulnerable, how is this looking? If I move forward with my divine feminine, I know the pebbles in the road that are going to fall. What can that look like? I'm going to have a divorce. That path will go. There's a brand new world, right? We never can move backwards. If you haven't noticed, when you're looking backwards and you're trying to go back to doing something you used to do, it's almost like the universe doesn't let you. And it's like, the pebbles are gone, dolls. You can't, that path is gone. That path, you can't ever go back to the way you used to be. You're a new person. It's like a soul walking. So spiritually, divine masculine is going to go through that Phoenix rising energy. And they are mapping out the future. They also do know nothing is ever perfect. So it does feel, hi, doll, it does feel as though, even though they have had the best of intentions, and this is what my guides are showing me this week, that they did want their ducks in a row, that they did want things to go a certain way. They're now having this revelation that nothing's going to be perfect and there is going to be mess, okay? And that's sort of what does directly happen when we decide to go on a new path in life. Nothing's certain, but you can't avoid some of these things. So if that means that somebody's going to get upset, that there's going to be a breakup, that there's going to be financial entanglements, kind of mess, it's kind of a given and it's delaying the inevitable. So even if we maybe were doing it from a spiritual point of view and trying to map it out in our heads, I feel divine masculine's looking at the fact that some people may be let go of in the path, right? To move into alignment of where they feel they need to be. And this is even going to become heavier the further into the year we get, the end of the year. As Jupiter moves back into Aries, this is them having the courage to say, Mars might be retrograde. I've really reflected upon this. But my direction in Jupiter is ahead. It's having the courage to be disliked. It's having the courage to be myself. even if I don't have to be everything to everyone, which it was never their job. All right. Also inside Divine Feminine's energy, it was never your job to be everything for everyone. You can't. Not even for your twin adults. That was a huge revelation I had. So yes, they know that they've been Slim Shady in the past. Okay? They know that. But they can't turn time back. I'm sure if they could, they would. But when we look at wounds and we look at the belief system inside ourselves of worthiness, that's where they felt they were at that point in their life. That doesn't mean to say that's who they are today. So they're kind of psychologically forgiving themselves for the trespasses of the past, but we all have those. So it's an unrealistic kind of viewpoint. It's making them emotional. Now, these memories that they're looking at, when we know better, we do better analogy. I feel that there can be some situations coming up from the past. I feel they're doing shadow work in relation to this. I do feel this moon is catalyzing it. I feel at an intuitive level, Divine Masculine knows that something's coming, something's about to shake up. If somebody's really pegging them off, they're going to blow their tops. This could be quite an aggressive, vengeful energy coming through, standing their ground. Yes, they could be using pacifiers, as I mentioned. And this could be to cope with the energy of oppression, suppression, requirements, wanting to be with you. Meanwhile, driving Miss Stacey, whatever that be. How can that look? I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm feeling it does very much depend on the given situation. There is a passionate start. Some of them can find out a karmic is betraying them. Some of them can have an ending to a karmic cycle, which can make them feel emotional. Some of them are really thinking about you a lot. And push comes to shove, it's the emotions and the passions and wanting to be with you, not wanting to be in a third-party situation. And believe me, a third-party situation doesn't have to be a human being. It can be a memory of the past that has been holding them back. So if there has been this manipulation at hand, I feel it's more been in the mind. Yeah, it's more been in the mind. I do feel for some there is a karmic mother, but I don't feel this is like a mum. I feel it's a mother figure, as in a birth mother. Somebody that had children with. That was a better way of saying it. Okay. Okay, there is a group that is coming through in this energy this week where this person may have been trying to set things up a certain way. How can I explain it? What are they showing me? It could be that they were trying to get pregnant. I'll just say that. The other is that there is a circumstance where the person is saying, hey, we're together. We've got children. This is why we need to be. I don't feel for that proper group they're actually talking to each other. I do feel if this was a hurt of the past, they're coming to terms with it, accepting the fact that bad things happened in the past and they did their best. How are they feeling to Divine Feminine? You're heavy on their mind. I was like, what are they thinking towards Divine Feminine? Well, that's good. Bloody hope so. Oh gosh. I think a decision's going to be made. Divine Feminines, you really at this point in time are like, I don't know. You could have some opportunities coming up your way. These can look like different things. It could be jobs, it could be partners, it could be living in a different location altogether. Always ask yourself, if I'm moving into this, is this because it's something that resonates with my soul, or am I doing it, in a sense of running? Because running won't work because you could be on the different side of the planet and the energy is still going to come up for you. The other thing I'm being shown is there could be you're going to be having 2 children moving to another. This could be surrounding family and home. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can't merge with the counterpart in a family tribe-related dynamic. This could particularly just be something you're thinking. Like, okay, I've got this thing going over here. Would this person be okay with it? I actually think they'd be fine, but I do think you are looking at the bigger picture. that where you are at the moment, you won't be forever. Okay, and you're okay with that. That's a revelation I think you guys have had for a while, that there is a shift that is coming for you, future things that you're wishing to have come into your life. I feel divine masculine is heavily thinking about you. Some of you also are taking the attitude on that you're not going to be the one that's going to reach out. They're okay to reach out to you. And I feel this is because you don't want to be in a messy entanglement situation. But this person is going to take a leap of faith forward. They're regretting and wishing they did with you a long time ago. Some of them may make a statement to do with such with you. They also could be feeling that some of these habits have been keeping them in these cycles, and that it has been causing them more angst than movement. This can just be enabling, it might be trying to keep a stalker away from you, even though they're not together. They have had some insecurities coming up. It's almost like if you're not paying attention, there's a paranoia here. I want to know what this is about. Let's take a deep look. Because I asked what their thoughts are to do with you. I don't know where I put that other day. Anywho. Okay, what's this to do with? Okay, they do feel that they have given you reasons to be concerned. Okay? They're not silly. There has been at times reasons. They're wondering if you would take a leap of faith. Yeah, they do. Well, there's a pocket group that do have a stalker, okay? Some of them are actually thinking that they need to move location. All right, and this could be away from an area. This could be because of a jealous ex. This could be a person that is surrounding them, like friendship groups. I do feel friendship groups also are moving forward. They're directly feeling that social crowd is not for them. But I'm seeing a physical house move. They have tried in this location, but there's too many people pulling them in different directions, and they feel they've got to cut ties. Yeah, I feel a move, a sudden move. I don't feel there's going to be warning. There you go, widower. I don't feel there's going to be warning. It's just going to be bang, done. So potential towers this week. Sudden change of address. There's an I spy person here. There's definitely somebody stalking. This person's a bit crazy. We'll have to see how the karmic third party energy goes through. Those of you in the members, you guys have seen it already. It does make sense, doesn't it? Kind of matches for this week. Following into the next week, I think it's post-eclipse personally. So yes, volume 2 will be out. You'll see what I mean. I've already done it. It's in there. The karmic showdown's pretty thick. And I don't mean silly. I mean, So those of you that are members, you guys know what the juice of that is. I'm going to be recording the third week energy for masculine, feminine, and karmic today after my clients. And I'll share that today directly through to you guys, if not on Sunday night. So, not Sunday night. I'll inbox you in Discord. Hi, Google. Super chat's open, guys. I don't know, Dale. Members, but I have asked YouTube if they can actually open. Because I do know we've got Android at the moment to actually join the membership via that. It's all done through Google and YouTube. So I've got no control over that. That's to do with the YouTube platform. I have requested as a content creator for people to directly, I'll just chuck the comment up so everyone knows what I'm talking about, for mobile users, which they are rolling out a lot more new features. A lot of channels now have community tabs that didn't. My other sister channels, I just updated theirs. And that's the Age of Aquarius magazine and Galaxy Pub, which will be an information dictionary for all things spiritual. The Age of Aquarius magazine will be where we house the astrology energy. I'm compartmentalizing, and I do have a few other secret channels, but I'll prepare the content so that when I launch them, the content will already be on the channel. Not like I did in years gone by. So, yeah, that's the way it is at the moment, okay? Now, if you guys do need to do a super chat, you can actually pay it through PayPal. I don't think I added the link here. You sent yours through PayPal link. Anyone else want the PayPal link while I'm here before I get tucked into it? I better keep an eye on my schedule because I do have clients today, so I can't go beyond 10. So we better get into it. Okay, let's see what's coming through for Giggle. That person's thinking about you quite a bit. That person's thinking quite a bit. They feel nervous. Oh, shit. Okay. If there was a karma, it does look like they get the PDF. They need to be single. Yeah, a bit of a tower coming here. This can be a shake-up. This is a shake-up. You're feeling at the moment betrayed. You're like, I want to know what the hell is bloody going on. Dot your I's and cross your T's, for goodness sakes. That's how it's coming through. But I feel you could be channeling some of this energy. I do feel they know damn straight you know. Okay? And they also feel the only way now they can actually move forward, it's almost like there's a stop. What does that stop mean? I think it's like the door. It's like they're looking, yeah, there you go. That's my confirmation. They're looking at it, basically realizing I cannot BS no one. I can't with this person. This person knows me. They know me way too well. They can't help but talk to you, doll. Like it's like an addictive energy. They can't help. They know this is helping them have a revelation that you are that safe space. Do you get what I'm saying? So that safe space for them is where they want to be. They wanted to double confirm that you were ready for that connection. Were they completely ready? No, but they are actually needing to deal with that, right? They also need to be fair towards you. This is the way they're looking at it. This does mean actually dealing with that conflicting situation. They do feel like in one way they just, even if it's an unfair way to deal with you, they wanted to just double check you guys were on the same page. In hindsight 360, they're like, that was really unfair. I've already done enough crap to you. So they do feel that, that's unfair. Do you get what I'm saying? They just wanted that confirmation from you that you still love them, that you still want to be with them. But you're not enabling, which, your mind is thinking, well, this person is just going to keep repeating this pattern. But no, because you've broken a cycle, because you're relating to it differently. They are keeping up at night. They're staying up at night. They're having issues sleeping. They're not happy with where they're at. You're like, okay, well, it's crickets again. Why is it crickets? Crickets because they need to deal with the devil in the detail. Okay, how are they relating to this place? I'm hearing chicken. You're thinking they're chicken. Your guides are messing with them at the moment. Your guides are kind of like, this person's never going to do it. Yeah. Like foundation rumbling. I swear I will never get the snow polish colour. I think I cursed myself because I got it near the Scorpio moon. It's called love, and I've literally had 3 breaks already. And I'm like, I just said to my twin, I said, I think that nail polish is cursed. Scorpionic energy, right? They keep breaking. Oh, okay. Look, he's like, I'm hearing the floor is lava. He's like, I'm going to lose. I am causing my own bad luck. I'm ruining my own manifestation. I have been deceiving myself. I know where I want to be. I know what I want to do. If that person was pushing for them to move in, he don't want that. He's like, that would be cursed. He feels this is cruel. He's very much critiquing himself at the moment. He's like, that was a bastard act. Like, why did I do that? He also feels that because you are subliminally calling out a white lie, he can't lie. And it's not he wanted to do it. He wasn't doing it intentionally. Do you get what I'm saying? He was doing it more of, I love you, you love me. But yeah, you're unhappy. You know what I mean? Like, he's unhappy doing what he's doing. So it's like he's having a conversation with himself, if that makes sense. This week in the mix could be quite hectic. Even if he doesn't want something to shift, it's going to shift. The floor is lava, okay? This is where I feel he knows he cannot communicate with you unless he's talking sense. He's in the Ten of Swords. Yeah. It's like, deal. I always say it's like sitting in the witch's cauldron. You don't know how horrible it is till you live there for a while without the, somebody's pacified me. I feel better now. I can go back to hell. No, live in it. Live in it and work it out and let it go. Because if it's not hot, it's not hot. Accept it's not hot. Psychologically come to terms with it. This is what you're saying, okay? So you could feel some of their energy. Let them sit in it. It is going to move, but you just have to protect your aura because it feels it's moving near the eclipse. I hope that helps, Giggle. You're like, you could get a little bit angry as the days progress, but I could say stay grounded. But like I said, these eclipses is like stay grounded, then the floor cracks. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Who am I doing next? Marie. Hi, doll. How will my month of November go? I'm hearing the term you're resisting something. What are you resisting? What are you resisting, lady? What are you resisting? Yeah, that's okay, Giggle. Oh, Sally, I'll do you a solid, girl. You've been here for years. As a one-off, I'll do you a solid. I will come on soon and do a freebie for those of you that can't afford. I'll pick a day, okay? We also have the sale on the website, you know. Okay, what is it? Because you feel like you're ready, Marie, to... you know, to do something major, but it's like it's almost like quicksand. You don't want to make a wrong move. Okay, is there conflict around you at the moment, Slate? Because I'm feeling you can handle a lot. I'll say that. You can handle a lot. But I feel you're kind of looking at people like they need to get their shit together. Who are these people? Your November, look, you do feel you're missing this person. You are missing this person. Sometimes you feel lonely. This can be a hectic 2 weeks. And I do feel it's until after we move past the eclipse. That's going to be for everyone. Oh. You got to create healthy boundaries. Have a great week, Ben. Keep safe, my friend. Okay, there appears to look. There's a lot of drama coming through here at the moment, doll. You could be maybe psychoanalyzing what would need to happen for this connection. That could be part of the problem at the moment that's causing a blockage. Because psychologically speaking, if you're thinking that need to get rid of a karmic, that need to move this, there's this problem, it's like the energy within the twin flame path creates excuses for the other person, and you're creating the blockages just by tuning into it. Does that make sense? If that person is dealing with a circumstance, it could be a person that's around them that maybe goes to extremes. It could be, is aggressive or an alcoholic, a gold digger, whatever that is. Don't try and problem solve it. If you've been asked to do anything, you can say yes or no. But don't feel you need to convince or argue or have the same conversation. Just repeat what you said. That is interesting, okay? What way can I describe it? I even said this to my sister yesterday. When you talk to people and they try to go back to a past event, you can say, but I don't live there anymore. I'm moving forward. But blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, that's really great. But like I said, I'm moving forward. And you're reiterating what you just said. It's not a negotiable situation. There is some drama that is happening in this person's life. Could there be drama happening around you at the moment that you're trying to kind of clear out? Possibly. They're saying it again. Flora's like, I don't know why this eclipse is reacting a little bit like the Scorpio one. It's more scorpionic than Taurus. I don't know how I'm feeling that, but maybe it's because of the placements. Be careful of pacifiers. Be careful of going to extremes. Try and give it 3 days after the eclipse before you make any sudden moves. But I feel you're going to be picking up on this. But if you are tuning into what they would need to do to get to you, that's kind of going to affect you psychologically. It's going to mess you up for 2 weeks. So you've got to really ground yourself. I feel you'll have more light, and I'm seeing like there's a tunnel and there's light, but you're going to have the courage to go through it. You'll know what that means, I think, in 3 weeks' time. But it's your intuition is going to guide you. Even if you don't want to do something, there's going to be something that you are driven to do. And you need to trust your instincts. And I don't think this is going to be anything aggressive. I think it's courage. I think that's what it's showing me. But I mean, the card's here relating to your twin at the moment. And this could be happening in your life too. There's a lot of drama, okay? But this, A, could be you channeling it, or B, it could be you physically, psychologically looking at it. Yeah, so if you're sensing blockages or the things they would need to do, drop that as a storyline for a couple of weeks and let them work that out. Okay, sweet. Who do we have next? We have Marie. Look at me. I look like a daft cow. I'm like... Carrie. I'll just put this up, Giggle. It's just easier. There, I'll put your new one up. Just easier to find. Okay, Carrie, you next, my sweet. Did we have a question further up? I'll double check. How are you doing, Carrie? Are you staying grounded? You need to stay grounded. All that transit in the Aries at the moment. Aries, you guys aren't going crazy, okay? What you need to understand is, look, Aries is going to be going through energies. Geminis are, Taurus, you know. Oh, that's okay, Marie. You're most welcome. Okay, so... Carrie, let's see. So the gods must be crazy, we kind of think, during these transits. You know, so we got, you know, it's hard because you're going to be like, deer in the woods, am I okay? There's all this energy, but you're going to humanize it and make it logical. Not everything's logical, right? Not everything's logical, but it's going to be intense. For you, get out of your head, Carrie. I'm just saying, stop being so strict. I did this wrong. I did that wrong. Do I need to heal something? Take a holiday from that just for 3 days. Just be in Mother Nature. Look at the stars. Look at the moon in the sky. Look at the potential ground changing and evolving. Be present. You feel you've got to make some major decisions in your own personal life. And there is an excitement level coming, right? Half of these stresses, you're looking at them so differently, though. Like, you've really unpacked a lot. You really have. So you've got to pat yourself on the back for that. But it doesn't mean to say, don't criticize yourself and say, oh, well, you know, God, I've done all this work, and now it feels like I haven't done this work. Why am I back here again? You're back here again because of the transits. That's all, okay? The courage to do what you feel is correct. Be careful with overindulging. This would not be the month for it, especially through the eclipse with Taurus. It can cause issues with you. And especially because Jupiter will move back into Aries. You can be more accident prone. Spiritually, I feel after the eclipse, you could get some movement. But you could. I also feel this boss energy. I don't know why I'm saying a potential job on the horizon. Change. Now that's either that you're choosing to get things in a row, getting things organized. Christmas is coming up for you again. You are in a powerhouse, but you've got to see your own personal power. No, you're not going to be alone. No chance. You're not going to be alone. You're a dag. You're still healing over a karmic situation. You need to do a cord cutting relating to the karmic because you're not releasing that cycle. That's where the blockage is coming through here. I feel you're going to bump into more people than you think, and you might be like, oh, I'm out here, this is great, but I feel you're bumping into more people than you think. I also feel that there is something. Look, you got a home related dynamic, you got feelings towards a karmic situation, you got wounds relating to that, but because you're giving it too much energy, this is where the cycle's staying stagnant. Because emotionally, it sounds so horrible to say that we need to forgive the karmic, but it's not forgiving. It's literally looking at it more from a psychological point of view than a 3D situation that's happened. That's about the best way I can describe it. But if we're still in this feeling of this nasty piece of work energy, we're not realizing that person actually did it to themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? You're feeling this person, they're happy picket fence, they're living their life. Does that make sense? That's not what's here. Yeah, that's not what's here. You will have another offer. That's kind of what you're worried about, though. It's like, I'm going to have an offer. How do I feel about that? People are going to start smooching onto you, and you're going to be like, yeah. People are also giving you their opinions, and you've really got to find your own, doll. Because their white noise doesn't need to become your white noise. You have your inner truth. You're going through a lot of healing. There's great beginnings there. I'm seeing you bumping into somebody, but be open to it, because I don't think it's going to be negative. But your mindset is, this is going to take a while. You have to tune out of that, because that is actually blocking it. It's a bit like Australia. Stay a while. No. Harry, what are you doing? Yeah. It's closer than you think. Okay? But don't extend that time. That's what I could say. Don't extend that time, because it messes it up. Okay, who do we have next? Deborah. How you doing, Deborah? Long time no chat. What would you like to know? We've got Deborah. How are you doing? Oh, have you been emotional, sweet? Oh, thanks, Giggle. Hi, sweet. Oh, there's some wounds coming up from the past, doll. What's happening? You're getting into the boss energy, but there's a bit of frustration here. You know? I can see some people that are irritating you. You're putting your foot down. It's calm. It's collected. You know what I mean? There is a third-party situation going to the past. I think this is people around you. I don't know whether you're this is boss energy. This is confident energy. Somebody could be having a bit of the evil eye on you. But this is something from the past, okay? This is going to the past. Third-party energy, dramas. You're coming through as the Queen of Swords. Does Cancer man think I know about girlfriend? I think they're not stupid. But you haven't related in a jealous way. It's not working. So if it is doing, I don't think they do. I think they acquaintance. That's what I'm hearing. This is more acquaintance energy. Yeah. Because you're like, that's not going to work with you. So if this has done a malice or to make you jealous or anything like that, it feels more, how can I put it? It's not working on you. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, that's not going to work. You're beyond that. I do feel this person knows if they were to do that, it's going to go pear-shaped. There's something going on with contract that you're wanting to shift. Are you swapping around the way you're working? Let's pull for this individual. I think you're making a decision. I think you may broach this subject. Are you guys in communication? Because I'm getting a feeling that something is shifting in that person's life. How? I'm not sure. They're coming through as the Five of Swords. They are moving through with the outcome card of the Chariot, but it does feel like they're going to, justice could be coming through two ways. One, if they've done something bad, it's coming through, it's going to harmonize the situation, a choice has to be made. I don't get a bad feeling though. I feel this person's like towards you, coming towards you. They weren't prepared previously, but look, it feels like a decision is going to be made, and it feels like they're moving towards you. But at this point in time, whoever this person is, there is a lot of control and jealousy. They're thinking about you quite a bit. You maybe have got quite comfortable in your life, maybe thinking, okay, this is the status quo, but there's some dramas. This person's fed up with something and it's like it's happening quite quickly. Stalking a profile, it could be. But there is a change of contract here for you. It's changing somehow. This could be a pay rise, a different position. It just feels something's changing in your contract sector. And that was an additional energy that just happened to come through. So I hope that helps. But there is insecurities, okay? So it isn't like they don't wonder what you're doing, how you're feeling. Like, could they be the type to trigger you? You potentially could be thinking, has this person changed? I'm saying, hey, yes. I'm saying something shifted. If there was dramas in a karmic relationship, it feels they may not particularly be how do I put it? On a good, when I say platonic, just because two people are together, sometimes it's they just hang out together and they've got the status of a relationship, even if the person's not completely invested. It's like a routine. So when we say platonic, both parties maybe aren't gelling completely. They maybe don't have kids or anything like that, but at the same time, they're still residing in the same accommodation, playing that life out, even though it's actually past its use by date, it's expired and it needs to be thrown out. So that's kind of how it came through to me. Good old trauma bonding energy, that sort of frequency. So something in some shape or form has reached its use by date, but it just feels they weren't ready to address it at that point in time. That's what I'm saying. Okay, who do we have next? Research clue. You might need to do a bit of a clearing, my darling, as well, Deborah, because the energy, how they're coming through, it's very distorted at the moment. It's very all over the shop. What are we looking at, research clue? Thanks, Giggle. We'll close the super chats at this point. I'll take the last one if anyone else wants it. I'm just going to have a quick drink. I hope I don't offend anyone. I'm very thirsty. This pending eclipse is dehydrating me. Most welcome. Research clue. What the heck have you got going on? What would we like to know, research clue? Where is it? I tell you, I love StreamYards, but what do I need to know about job? Let's have a look. Okay, I'm getting a bit of nervousness. That's what I'm getting. This feels exciting, right? You're trying to be rational, but there's a bit of nervousness there. Now, this can be playing out two ways. A, have you started a new position? B, are you ready to jump coop? There's changes. I'm seeing pieces of the puzzle moving around. We have something to do with contract here, right? You're looking at it. You're like, am I going to be okay? Is it going to be okay? What do I need to do? It feels like a major decision. I mean, your hopes are, okay, whatever I'm choosing to do at this point in time, and this is for research clue. Let's get research clue up. Is that this is going to be a change, okay, in some shape or form. It's something you need to be ready for. Whatever this is going to be, however it's going to play out, it either can be you have the intuition to directly address it, or you're going to be looking at it going, I feel it's something good though. I don't think it's negative. I think it's going to take a bit of time. I feel this restructuring, or this is directly you moving in a different direction. But no matter what, I feel your intuition, you're in your head at the moment. You need to trust your instincts. I'm seeing the Fool card in my mind that there is infinite ways this can go, but you're trying to find a sure, steadfast way. Maybe if you haven't made a redirection, do it after the eclipse if you need to. Does that make sense? Get your PDF, get your download, see how you feel. If you've already done this, it's still looking positive. I mean, you're trying to be optimistic. I just keep saying a reshuffle of pieces, new. There could be a new environment, could be new people coming in. Again, I'm hearing the term you're trying to play cards right. There also could be a boss energy that is quite level-headed, giving. This is how this person's coming through. This also can be how you're coming through. But I feel it's more a boss energy. Whoever this superior is, whoever this individual is, it feels positive. This can be the surrounding environment. But no, not bad. You can be gaining more, but you're going to be more private about your... Oh, thanks, Star. This was a quick 2.5 second jobby. I feel that you're keeping your cards close to your chest. You could end up getting a pay rise, research clue. How would I explain it? Keep your cards close to your chest, to your plans. That's what I would say. Okay, who's next? Who do I have next? Sally. Hey, Sally. What do you want to know, sweet? Give me the goss. Naughty girls in the house. What would you like to know, Sally? Now, should we guess? I'll get over it. Sally, what do you want to know? Okay. Was it about TF? because I heard all these names. As I was like, does she want to know about TF? Do you have a nickname for this individual? I know Dawn has a nickname for her TF. I love it. Okay. Look, you're just like, you're in your head about this person, right? You're trying to be realistic. We call us the geriatrics of the journey. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, didn't like it. You're like, was I ready before? Was I? You know, was I? Where are you going? I knew it was you. There was a huge energy of somebody moving. I don't know. You've got lady luck around you at the moment, Sally. I really feel this is a lot of things moving into 2023 and point blank zero. There's this. It's a bit like a grand entry into society. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I've been putting myself on the back burner. Yeah, no. This could be relocating, new job, more money, sexy body. This is just like, this is revenge energy. This is like, I'm putting myself number one and foremost. You're coming through like a Scorpio. Like, I will make you regret the day you ever crossed me. Right? You're like, no. Yeah, this, I don't know what you're up to, but it's going to work. Let's take a PDF out of Sally's book. What are you doing, woman? You're messing with someone's head here. You do whatever you're doing. You're like, you know, it's a matter of time. You are like, okay, you want to sit there, and I'm going to give you reasons, and it doesn't mean I might not be available. This could be going out, dating, putting photos on social media. You're like, this is revenge. I will make you regret ever thinking I was not worth it. It's going in your favor because it means everything that you need to get back on track, you're going to. Does that make sense? More money, hot body. It's like the empowerment of the divine feminine, but you're using Mars and Scorpio to get that done. Just, you could be more accident prone at the moment because we've got Jupiter and Pisces, so just go easy into that. But I'm telling you, you could see some changes happening there, the eclipse. But if you have been doing something to peeve this person off, and it's like the cheese and the mouse. It's funny as shit. These cards I just love. I mean, I do know because I've done this myself, but in a different way. You know, I have this little song that I sing to giggle. You know you want me. You know you need me. You've got to have self-worth. That's the gist of it, right? And you're like, you're turning your pain into alchemy. You're like, I will make you emotional. I will make you want to do bad things with me. It will happen very quickly. In fact, it could end up being 2.5 seconds. That's what I'm saying. Sally, great read. Thanks for that, Dale. Yes, I can say some of those revenge stories. Ooh. I can't say it on social media. Have a coaching session. I can give you the gloss. Yeah. We teach people how to treat us. We really do. Yeah, you've got, I don't know what you've done, girl, but I'm telling you, good. Bloody Libras. It's all that Venus energy coming through for all of us. Oh, God. Sally, what zodiac are you? Hey, Char, how you doing, doll? Char. Thanks, Giggle. So I'll give you guys mini updates. How many do we have in the house? As to what's happening with the new content coming. Oh, you crack me up. You're not quite your perky self this week, Char. You're not terribly down, but you need to do an aura cleanse, okay? You're a bit like flat, a bit like, nah. You're in your self-awareness, though. All right. You're in your self-awareness. You're going to have a strong response to a circumstance that's changing. You're having strong feelings coming up. There's a bit of shadow work here. How are they feeling? They're thinking about you. They're missing you. Okay. You know that moment, Char, when you're looking at life and you're like, I'm being, you're being practical, you're being realistic. You're in your self-awareness. When you're thinking about your twin, it's like you miss them, right? You do miss them. You can have moments of anger. You can have moments of, the highs and the lows. But you do know there's a spiritual connection here. You feel disappointed at the fact that certain things were taken from you. That could make you, at times, if you really tapped into it could make you really pissed off. You try not to. You try not to give it too much energy, if that makes sense. But you're having the courage to move forward, right? Is that a metaphor or a reality, Google? Yeah, there's a bit of trust here, I would say, at the moment. There's an ending to a cycle. There is an ending to a cycle. I feel your energy's open, Dale. I'll be honest with you. Char, your energy is really open. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I do feel what is coming through here is this person's really nostalgic of you. So if your energy does really kind of dip down and feel a bit down in the dumps, I think it's because your twin's thinking about you. They've had a lot of shitty luck lately. You may be thinking they're, having this happy... they're ready for a fresh start. They're really ready to address some of this karmic crap and actually shift things about. I do. Whenever I channel your twin, they do have a lot of family around them. So I do think maybe he has been confiding in his family members. And you've sort of been, you've been on a high vibe, right? But it's getting a bit stagnant. You're kind of feeling it's stagnant. You're wanting some physical movement. You're regretful of the fact you weren't given the full opportunity and a karmic involvement came about. You could also get some gossip. Now, that could be coming through in the form of a family member, a friend. It could be seeing something on social media. You could be worried you're going to get gossip. I don't necessarily feel that, though. I feel it's more some information is going to become available to you, and it could give you a glimmer of hope. I don't know. I'm hearing a car coming up the driveway, not here in your reading. Yeah, okay, whatever it is, yes, my guides have brought the same card out. I don't know if you're micromanaging your choices at the moment and you're like, I will make healthy choices. I will make healthy choices. Have you been picturing this individual coming towards you? Because it's like maybe you're thinking in layman's terms, if they did, would I be able to choose correctly? Am I going to be able to make decisions correctly? It's saying yes. Okay? It's saying you will. You've got this. Okay, stop doing that. You've got brains, okay? Stop second-guessing yourself. Even your guides are like, yes, Char, it wasn't your fault. Don't own it. I tell you, we form a really crappy intuition when somebody does something that comes out of left field and we're like, why did you do that? Wasn't your fault, okay? It happened. It's part of the path. Okay, as to the other channels, I hope that helped, Char. And I have to remember, I don't know if you guys have had the comedy on this channel lately, of every time I go to put the ending on, the last comments up on the screen like, well, celebrity status, really. Who wants to become this celebrity this week? Should we put Giggle? I know she had some comical comedy thing. We'll leave her on the screen. Social media. Yes. So, what's coming new in 2023? Education content to this channel. More star signs, even though for the life of me, I don't know why I try. No offense to my Patreons. Algorithm sucks. I used to get 15,000 views on a video. I put the tags and I put the thumbnail. I update the tweak it and yeah, it's driving me crazy. Really. A lot of effort, a lot of time. So I am for a while going to trial doing mid-months. If that don't work, I have compartmentalized channels which will have content on various forms. It's a bit like, I think it's the age of Aquarius. This group belongs over here. This group belongs over there. Ben was saying it the other day, you're a twin flame channel. Not really. I'm a twin flame. I'm a twin flame coach. I cover astrology, energy, psychic energy. We're not one box, but channels need to be one box, apparently. So I'm compartmentalizing. We have the Age of Aquarius magazine is going to become the astrology hub. Initially, the only thing I'm going to be putting on it is going to be the information, placements, transits, your house systems, Venus and what sign, what does it mean? North Node and what sign, what does it mean? Life path, numbers, things like that. Galaxy Pub has been updated. You'll notice some videos hidden. It's because I don't want to confuse any new subscriber that falls on that channel. That is going to be everything. It's going to be anything down to angel numbers, dream interpretations, animal totems, psychic development. List goes on, okay? That's over there. Here we'll have the twin flame education content. Any channel I end up putting these videos on, I will administer to my top tier level membership because I'm going to have about 4 channels. I'm not telling you the other ones. They're a secret. I've learned my fucking lesson over the years. I have a few secret channels. So I'm compartmentalizing across the hub, and a lot of content is going to go onto my website for purchase. There will be the freemium, and there will be the premium. And the premium will be, okay, this subject matter I want to dive into. I want to work further on this, and it will be on offer on the website. But I'm going to, that content, regardless of what channel I choose to put it on, is going to be hosted in the top tier level, assessed by my top tier level members of Hot or Not, and we can then distribute it to the various channels. So if you want to become part of that, one benefit of the top tier level is we do have lives, which we're doing it at the moment where it's going to be, we've got the tell me, Giggle, is my brain working? We do the updates by star sign, element. So we're doing element reads, we're doing soul coaching. I'll probably end up, the more I'm uploading content to that hub, we have chats in the members hub on Discord, which you do get. So I give them various updates about the things that are happening. They've got a Discord account, which is video, live chat. A few times we've tried to use it. We just talk schmuck really, but we do actually communicate about ascension symptoms, and you get the coaching regularly. So the other secret channel, I'm just not going to tell you about it because it's something that I've planned for a while, which is totally out of left field, but you'll see it when it's open. It's my little secret. So sales on the website. I do have a membership on there at the moment. We'll see how it goes if it grows. Stay tuned. Who is looking forward to the additional mid-month star signs? I mean, because if you don't want them, I just won't do them. I don't really care. We'll give it a shot. I used to do them weekly. Heck, I'm down for that, providing people comment, like. But if it doesn't, YouTube just goes, oh, nobody wants this. Crazy town. Yes, and the website I definitely have updated. I'm opening up new sections free to the public. That is definitely going to be your content, your education content, astrology and transits, the webinars. You guys in the membership get webinars too. So I'm tweaking it around, but it's easier to navigate. You love the collective reads. Yes, well, I'm going to start doing energy reads, but they may be monthly energy reads, weekly. I've got to really shuffle all of the pieces around because of the subscriptions also. Okay. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thank you for joining me today. We don't have a comment on the screen. We'll have to put a celebrity of the week up on the screen each week as comedy, really. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. If you want a booking, there are sales on the website.